Welcome to Channel AMAC, your insight to the Australian visa system. G'day everyone, my name is Carl Young, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested in migrate to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell on the side, so once about all the updates and news, you'll be the first one getting all the insights. Now recently I have been receiving inquiry emails and comments in regards to, well, it's a very unstable world that we are in, and especially looking into the general skill migration of Australia, and also looking into elsewhere, for example Canada, Europe and USA. It's really unstable, it's not stable, so no one knows where to actually go and what will be the actual strategy that I will provide an advice towards if you really looking towards to actually migrate in Australia. So in this video I would like to well, first of all, not to just ditch the idea of general skill migration by means utilizing the point test system. Now the problem with the point test system now is they are looking to introduce a new one, and currently the invitation route is just unpredictable. We cannot know, and it's no way to know that when they will open up the invitation rounds. So it's just something that we don't really know where to go. And plus, what Trump has already done with all the tariffs and things, that's going to affect the general skill migration, and obviously affecting the frequency of how the government of Australia is going to invite the skill migrants. So my strategic and also plan, and or perhaps an advice to everyone that if you wanted to really migrate to Australia, I think employment sponsor visa, the skills in demand subclass 482 visa will be the key, because this does not rely on any invitation round. As long as you got a job offer and that meet the requirement, then you can lodge the visa straight away. All right, you can lodge the visa, you can get the bridging visa, you can work, you can sustain your life and living condition and status in Australia. And the good part about the new policy on the skills in demand visa is that the actual work experience is accruable. Now I'm gonna tell you, I think I've done some video on this one, but I want to continue to emphasize utilizing this one because I continue to get a lot of people asking me when is the next invitation round. Look, I don't know, and perhaps a lot of case officer, immigration officer, they don't even know too, because it's highly dependent on the government itself, and if they don't release it, they don't tell anybody, perhaps till the end of this financial year, no invitation round will be issued. And that is the real problem. So relying on something that you can actually grasp. I understand a lot of people will argue that the employer will still have the control. Well, yes and no. The reason I said no is because now the work experience is accruable in order to actually meet the pathway to lodge your permanent residency. Now let me tell you how that will actually work. Now the first thing is I want to take you into the employment nomination scheme subclass 186, the temporary resident transition stream. The reason I take you to this page is because that's the ultimate goal. Ultimate goal is for anyone want to migrate to get the permanent residency status, and this visa 186 visa is permanent resident. By meaning of the temporary residence transition stream means that your work experience under subclass 482 is accruable. So as long as, what does that mean? As long as there's an employer willing to offer you a job and also nominate you under the SID, the work visa, employment sponsor visa, skills in demand visa, whichever the name that you wanted to name it, okay, take it. Because even if they nominate you for 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, that can still be accruable. And plus, the good thing about the visa nowadays is the condition now, even if you, for example, if you lost the job, okay, somebody fired you, okay, you got 365 days to actually find the next employer. And as long as you find the employer within 1 year, all right, within 1 year, that's crazy. You got 1 year to find, and you got visa while you still got that 1 year period to go. As long as you can find another employer and get nominated, then your work experiences can then continue to be accrued. Now, as long as you accrue 24-month full-time work experiences, then what you can do is you go into this employment nomination suite subclass 186 under the temporary resident, so-called the TRT stream, and then when you this exactly what I'm going to show you. The eligibility is that, look at this one. All right, it reads, have 2 years of eligible spousal employment in 3 years prior in your application. So that can be accrued by any employer. You can have 6, you can have 10, you can have 20, 12, you even can have 24 if you can. Every month you change an employer. So what the rule of play, the game has changed. That's what I'm trying to say. The game has changed since this one is in the system. So as long as you got an Australian employer who is willing to offer you and provide a nomination for visa, take it. Take it, lodge it, so you start accruing your work experiences. Now, until you accrue 2 years, that's 24 months, full-time, undertaken in Australia, whilst you're holding 45742 visa, and so on and so forth, then you will be deemed to be eligible to what? To actually lodge and become a permanent resident of Australia. So how good is that? So that's what I'm trying to say. Find a job, find an employer, and it's a very good timing now. Why do I say that? The Trump tariff effect is causing a huge impact globally. That's also including Australia. So the employer in Australia is having issues finding the skilled talents. The skilled migrants will be a key to drive those business and economy continue to go, and rather than relying on the government's invitation. As long as you can find a job, lodge the visa, then you start accruing your work experiences towards that 24 month in order to transfer into a permanent residency. Now, even if you lost the job, even if you got fired and things like that, no problem. You got 365 days to find the next employer. How good is that offer there? And that's why I'm trying to convey that strategy to everyone that is watching. Anyway, should you have more question, query, more than welcome to leave a comment right down below. And I'll see you next video. Goodbye.